back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm doing my first tier ranking video. I love watching these. I think it's so fun, and I've never made one before, so I decided to do all the books I read in 2022 tier ranking video. So we're just gonna go over them all. I didn't get to do a 2022 yearly wrap-up because I got married December 30th, so I was super busy like all of December, and then I was traveling like January 1st through like the 4th, and like I just feel like by the time I got back and everything, like nobody wants to watch what I read in 2022 when it's already like halfway into January. So I figured this would be a good way to kind of show you guys all the books I read, but also do my first tier ranking video. So we're just gonna dive right on in. Hopefully I do this right. Okay. I made this tier rank. I definitely left out some books, I'm not gonna lie. Not on purpose, but just because I read so many books, like trying to remember them all and find them and save them. So this is definitely not all the books I read in 22, but it's a good chunk of them. And I made my tier ranking, I Think About You Every Day, which is like my top reads of 2022, 5 stars, Sell My Soul to Read Again, that thing. Amazing, which is basically like probably my 4 to 4.5 stars. Love them so much, but like they weren't amazing if that makes sense. Good Would Recommend is gonna be kind of like my 3 stars. Like I liked them, I would recommend them if you asked for like a book in that trope, but they weren't amazing. My rank is gonna be kind of like books that were like good-ish, but there were some things I just didn't really like, but they weren't like shitty enough to put in my I Wish I Never Read. I Wish I Never Read is books that I literally wish I never read, either DNF'd or struggled to finish. So we're just gonna get right in. We're gonna start off with the first book is Untamed Shore. I'm gonna put this in my tier. This book was recommended at my Barnes & Noble as a book that I would like if I read Verity and liked Verity, and I honestly just did not like it that much. It was kind of weird, not my favorite book, but like it wasn't horrible, so we'll put it there. Reminders of Him was Good Would Recommend. I'm just gonna give you a warning that there is a crap ton of Colleen Hoover books in this 2022 wrap up because I discovered Colleen Hoover back in January, like I feel like everyone else did, and she kind of got me back into reading, so there's going to be a lot of them. Reminders of Him was good. It wasn't my favorite. I know it's a lot of people's favorites of hers, but yeah, it was good. I would recommend, but it's not something I think about every day. Same with Ugly Love. And then we have The Perfect Marriage. I'm gonna put in Amazing. I love thrillers, as you'll be able to tell, and this was a really good one, but wasn't like one of the crazy ones. But The Silent Patient, I Think About You Every Day in my thriller genres. I never saw that twist coming, and I definitely probably will reread it. I read it last February, so it's been almost a year, and I really loved it. All of Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I think it's amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna put under Amazing. I really liked it because it like talked about fertility issues and whatnot, and I think that is like a topic that should be talked about more, and I liked the reality of it. The Love Hypothesis, I wish I never read. I know that's gonna be controversial, but I literally did not like that book at all. I also don't like science, so I feel like that might be why. It was a very sciencey book. And I've never read anything else by Ali Hazelwood, and I don't think that I ever will, to be honest. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I Think About You Every Day. It was amazing. My first TJR book. I like how it's just different. It's different than a lot of the like mainstream romance books, and I thought it was so cool. So I think about her every day. Bully by Penelope Douglas. I wish I never read. I don't understand. Penelope Douglas was recommended to me back in January last year when people were saying if you loved Colleen Hoover, you would love Penelope Douglas. This is the only book I read by her so far, and it was really weird, and I didn't like it. I don't like bully romances. I don't know. Didn't love it. I probably will read more of her books eventually just to see if I like any of them, but I did not like this one. Love in Other Words. I Think About You Every Day. Don't we all? We do. Okay. We have the Addicted series. I love the Addicted series, but I don't think about it every day. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just going to put Addicted to You and I Think About You Every Day and put the rest of the series in Amazing because I think I just loved it so, so much. So that goes for the Calloway sisters too. And that's kind of what we're going to do there once we get to the rest of them. Good Girl, Bad Blood. This is obviously part of a series. I don't know where the first book is. We'll get to that when we find her. But they're all would recommend. So As Good as Dead as well. And whenever I found the first book in here, I really liked it. But it is a YA like thriller, so it wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good. Malibu Rising, amazing. Love Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's literally one of my favorite authors. One True Loves, I Think About You Every Day. I think the concept of this book was amazing, and I love how it's something that like not that it could happen, but like the fact that she had like to pick between her old lover and her new love. Like, I just loved it. Okay. The Twisted series, we have Twisted Love. I really like Twisted Love. I know that a lot of people don't like Alex, but I really liked it. I'm gonna put under Amazing. Same for Twisted Games. Love that as well. Confessed by Colleen Hoover is actually my, dare I say, favorite Colleen Hoover book. I'm putting it I Think About You Every Day. It's like never talked about. I feel like I don't ever hear people talking about it, and I definitely want to reread it. It was beautiful and I loved everything about it. The Fine Print, I wish I never read. I really did not enjoy that book. I never went and read the rest of the series. I just don't know if Laura, if I can't think of the author. Lauren Asher? Yeah. I don't know if she's for me. That's okay. Normal People, I wish I never read. I almost DNF'd this book. I couldn't get through it, and I don't know. One day I might try and pick it back up and read it again. I was reading it when I was actually moving from Florida to North Carolina. So I was kind of going through a hard time in my life, so maybe that's why, but I just really did not enjoy it. Things We Never Got Over, I'm gonna put an eh. Like, it was good, but the ending was so weird to me, and I feel like if you know, you know. So that's kind of where that's gonna go. It Happened One Summer, also eh. I really like Tessa Bailey now, but when I read this, it was very smutty. And I don't really like smut that much. Like, it's kind of okay, but it's not my favorite. So yeah, it was like good, but like, I don't think I'd read it again. Archer's Voice, are you kidding me? I think about that book every single day. Probably one of my top 5 books of the year. Simple Wild, wasn't really my favorite. I don't really remember much about it, to be honest. I never read the rest of the series, so I clearly didn't like it that much. Book Lovers, good, would recommend. I really like it's a good book, but it was nothing like special. You Reach Sam, I wish I never read this book. I read it because everyone said it would make me cry, but I honestly think it was weird. I mean, this is the nicest way possible, but like, we didn't get to really meet Sam before he's just like dead. So then like, I don't have any connection to him throughout the book. So it's kind of hard to enjoy, but yeah. The Inheritance Games, I'm going to put that in Amazing. I loved it. And I only read the first 2 books. I haven't read the 3rd book yet, but I loved both of those. The Confidence of Wildflowers, I'm going to put in Amazing as well. Same with The Resurrection. I really, really like this duet or duology. I know a lot of people kind of don't, but I really enjoyed it. Every Summer After, I'm going to put in only because I feel like it was literally just a copycat of Love in Other Words, but not done as well. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. The My Death series, this is 5 books, but I grouped it together as one. I'm putting it in I Think About You Every Day. It was my first like dark romance. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love strong female characters. I love everything about this. I read the whole entire series in a day and a half, so that's that. 7 Days in June, amazing as well. Maybe I Think About You Every Day, I don't know. I'll put in I Think About You Every Day. I really, really like this book. It had a lot of minority representation, which is really important, and I just really enjoyed it. It's a great love story, and again, it's kind of like one of those love stories where it's just like real and raw, and I love that. It Ends With Us. Wow, this is hard because this was the first book I read of the year, and I really thought it was a 5-star, but now like looking back, I'll just put under Amazing, only because it really started my love for reading again, so whatever. Flock, I wish I never read. I'm currently actually have the 2nd book downloaded on my Kindle, and I'm like 50% through, and I don't understand the series. I don't understand what's going on. It's weird. The fact that she like is with all these guys is weird. I'm confused. I don't know. Moving on. Gillian Flynn, Sharp Objects, and I don't know. I love Gone Girl, but I didn't love this one as much. So it's kind of like Say You Swear, I wish I never read. I know it's really hyped up. For some reason, I just did not like this book either. So, but that's okay. We're here to say it's okay to not like popular books. Everyone has their own opinion. Regretting You. Or I Wish I Never Read. I'm putting under I Wish I Never Read. No, I'll put under It just was not my favorite Colleen Hoover book. I just didn't like it. I just didn't enjoy it. My Killer Vacation, Tessa Bailey, good, would recommend. I liked it. It was a little different, fun read. The Guest List by Lucy Foley, same thing. Not my favorite thriller, like not amazing, but it was good. An Honest Lie, same thing as well. Darling Venom, amazing. 56 Days, it was a weird book. It was about COVID, which was weird to read about. But it was like Barnes & Noble like top pick one month, and it was like on sale, so I bought it randomly, but it's okay. Stay With Me, I Wish I Never Read. This is like a part of a series and I have the rest of it, but it was very cheesy military romance and it was weird. I don't know. Layla is amazing. I know that's kind of controversial, but I really enjoyed that book. I liked how different it was. Magnolia Parks, of course, amazing. Rock, Paper, Scissors, I Think About You Every Day. I love Alice Feeney. Are you kidding me? Love. Lock Every Door, good, would recommend. Again, it's like a good thriller, but it's not one of my like amazing thrillers. Bunny by Mona. Yeah, I Wish I Never Read. That was such a weird book. I'm confused. Yeah, that's it. Most of All You by Mia Sheridan. Good, would recommend. It didn't live up to the hype of Archer's Voice, so that kind of upset me. Then we have the Shatter Me series. I've read the first 4 books so far. I'm going to put them all in amazing. I'm still finishing the series, but I've really enjoyed all of them so far. The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I've only read the first book in the series. I'd put good, would recommend. Nothing crazy. Like, it didn't really hook me, but I'm going to finish it. November 9th, same thing. I know it's a lot of people's favorite book. It was not mine. I think it was kind of, I don't know. It's hard to like talk about these books without ruining it for you guys, so I feel like I could just keep saying like it's weird because there's things I want to talk about, but I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. So The Ex-Hex, I'm just gonna put this in it. It was like a cute little holiday romance, but I don't really remember much from it. It Starts With Us, we're gonna put in it as well. I kind of almost wish I didn't read it. I feel like we should have just like ended with It Ends With Us, and we didn't really need much more. It just made me hate you know who a little bit more. ACOTAR, I'm gonna put the first book in amazing, and we're gonna put Court of Mist and Fury in I Think About You Every Day, because if you know, you know. That book is my first fantasy series and I really am enjoying it. I'm still reading this. The Maidens I read because I really enjoyed The Silent Patient, but it was kind of not my favorite. I'm gonna put good, would recommend, but it wasn't my favorite thriller. I've read like a lot of really good thrillers, so that's why I'm kind of like ranking them a little bit harsher, because the ones that are like really good are really good. Icebreaker was good, would recommend. Not my favorite. It was cute, but I'm not really into like smutty romance, so it's not my favorite, but I like to try them out, especially if they're like popular. I want to read them. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden was amazing, and you can see now I go into reading a lot of her books. I read Never Lie next, which was I Think About You Every Day, one of my top 5 thrillers of the year, and her books are just so good. I read a bunch. The next one is Brain Damage by her. This one was good, would recommend. Alone With You in the Ether was amazing. I think it was written just so beautifully and I really enjoyed it. Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, also amazing for me. I really liked it. I know it's kind of controversial. A lot of people kind of don't like the way it ended. I did, because I didn't see it coming, which I know some people did, but I did not. So The Dead Romantics, I wish I never read. I just really didn't enjoy this book. I almost DNF'd it. I don't know why. I just think it was kind of weird to read about like a ghostly romance in a way. I don't know. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, I Think About You Every Day. Oops, not where I would put that. I loved it so much, and it gave me Blair and Chuck vibes, and I love Gossip Girl. So When Breath Becomes Air was amazing. It was really sad though. It definitely a sad book, but I read it in like one sitting, and I loved how different it was from like my typical reads, and it made me just like appreciate life a little bit more. Yeah. Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, amazing. Wanna Know a Secret, this is by Frida McFadden as well, also amazing. I love her book so much. If You Had Been With Me, I think about this book every single day. It definitely made me cry. Amazing, so sad. They're coming out with another book. I don't know if it's like a duology or a sequel, I don't really know, but I'm so excited to read it. But if you want to cry, you better read this book. All the Right Places was, it wasn't my favorite. I had read it in middle school, so I reread it this year because I just wanted to remember what it was about, and I didn't really, it was okay, not my favorite. But The Inmate, Freida McFadden, good, would recommend, really good thriller. Cupcake at the Christmas Cafe, we're gonna put that in because it's just like a holiday little cutesy romance. I read it just to get in the Christmassy spirit, but there wasn't much to it. You know, it's obviously just like a cute little Christmassy romance. You can't really judge that much. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife was amazing, one of my favorite thrillers as well this year. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, good, would recommend. It wasn't my favorite, it was okay. This is a cute little novella for Christmas. I'm gonna put it in as well. It's by Sierra Simone. Again, I just read it because I wanted to read some Christmassy books in December. We Were Liars, I wish I never read. I did not like this book at all. It kind of confused me, I don't know. But yeah, Verity by Colleen Hoover, amazing. I really like it. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. There she is. She belongs up there. Would recommend. That was a good little series. We have more. These are all of our addicted books. We're gonna put in the amazing. We're just gonna put them. There's a bunch of them. I haven't finished the series yet though. We'll put that there. Taylor Jenkins Reid, After I Do. I absolutely love that as well. We're putting that in amazing. And then the second book, In Magnolia Parks, it wasn't my favorite. I'm gonna put it. Okay guys, my camera freaking overheated while I was literally on the last book of this teen ranking, and I put the second book, In Magnolia Parks, which is Daisy Hayes, in the category because I didn't like Daisy as much as I liked Magnolia's story. And I realized while doing this I'm missing a bunch of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, but we're just gonna finish it here because my camera overheated. I'm gonna lose daylight here in a minute. So that's that. Okay guys, it's a little bit later. I'm filming this outro because my camera overheated while I was filming and I still wanted to get an outro in, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you like tier ranking videos. I wanted to do like a tier ranking all of like the thrillers I've read, like maybe do like specific tropes and stuff, so it's like easier to find books in a trope that you're looking for. I don't know, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe. My book talk and bookstagram will be linked in the bio as always, and I will see you guys in my next one.